This is the Stay the Course podcast. Don't quit. Never give up. Finish well. Welcome to the Stay the Course podcast. My name is Dr. Mike M.J. Jackson.
My name is Donald Doc Wooten.
Brother, I'm so excited about doing this podcast with you today. Man, I've been really looking forward to it, man. It really has. Got some information that we can be able to share with the people, those that hear the podcast, and that's going to help them, man. So let me ask you a question. What can people expect to hear on this podcast?
Well, we're here to uplift and inspire and to give hope, to stay the course and don't give up. Don't quit, no matter what is going on in your life. Stay the course.
Stay the course, man. That's what it's all about. Don't quit, man. We can't quit, man. We can't afford to quit. This is how we're going to do this, man, because I believe that we just going to just share our life experiences with people. Some of the challenges that we had to overcome, the people that came into our lives to help us and give us some wisdom, like my Uncle David, man, and he was a great man of wisdom, and he just shared practical life lessons, man, that if you listen to him and apply them, it'll help you to stay the course. And so that's what we're trying to do as well, man. We're trying to pass on our experiences to the next generation or whoever to help them.
Brother, we're going to share our life experience to help people to get on course and to stay on course.
Stay on course.
Because it really doesn't matter where you come from.
No.
It doesn't matter where you start.
Nope.
Because, you see, you can't finish if you don't get started.
That's right. I ran track in high school, man. We're going to talk about some of my high school days, but I ran track, man, and what it was, right. you had to get in the starting block, and then when the gun went off, you had to run. You had to run your race. You had to stay in your lane.
Yes.
And you had to finish the course.
And, bro, I think about what all it took to get ready to get in the starting block.
Yeah.
So there's work behind that, right?
Yeah, yes, sir. We're going to talk about it because there's no success in life without work.
Okay. All right.
There's absolutely no success in life without work. So we're going to debunk that myth, man, because a lot of people think success is just going to fall in your lap. And that's not the case, man. There's absolutely no success without working, putting into work, doing the things that you need to do to be successful.
It's about understanding that your life, my life, and everybody's life has a purpose and a meaning.
God created every life, regardless of how you came into this life.
All right now.
God created every life with purpose and meaning.
Okay.
Often people think if I was only born into this family, or if I was born in this country, or if I was born here. No, it don't matter. Like you said, it don't matter where you start.
No, it doesn't.
But your life has meaning and purpose. And if you don't understand that, you'll never move forward in life. So you'll never start the journey. You'll never stay on the course, and you'll never achieve where you ultimately God wants you to be.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So it's about understanding life purposes and meaning, and also that you can achieve in life.
Yes.
If you have a goal, or even if you don't actually know where you're going, the key is to get started. Like you said, the key is to get started.
Yes.
Because we're going to talk about it, but I didn't know what my life was going to take me, but I know I had to get started.
That's right. That's right.
I didn't know what the final outcome was going to be, but I know I had to get started. I just couldn't sit where I was at and go anywhere.
So what you're saying there, Dr. J, is that you got to be able to see the moment. You got to see what the situation is. Some people, they are in the middle of the forest, but they can't even see a tree.
They can't see the trees, bro.
So you got to be able to see your situation.
Right.
And it just come to me, what you're saying is that right there in Goldsboro, Wayne County, I saw poverty. I saw a lot of things. And then the question comes up, okay, now that you see it, what you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it?
And see, stay right there. That's a good point, because you have options. You can either stay where you are.
All right.
And deal with what you have.
Okay.
Or you can take another route, do something different. There's a saying that says, if you want something that you never had, you got to do something that you never done.
Woo! Right.
Oftentimes people want things, but they're not willing to do or know what to do to make that change. Hopefully in these podcasts we're going to help some people understand how they can get from point A to point Z. Now, like you said, it's not going to be easy.
No.
There's definitely work involved. But like I said, if you can achieve anything in life, if you have a goal.
That's right.
Even if you don't have a goal, even if you don't know where you're going, the
All
key
right.
is to get started. So let's talk about, for the audience here, about how you and I made our connection. How did we get started? Because you and I have known each other for quite a long time now, man. It'll be 40 years in 2025.
Yeah.
We have similar experiences in life, came from the same state, the same area, really, and didn't really know each other coming up.
High school, same year.
Same year. And we both served in the Army for over 20 years. We both are married. We have children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren.
Yes.
You were even my best man at the wedding.
Yes.
And we both sang in a group. Remember that group we used to sing with?
Yes.
3 Deep. And, you know, people often ask, y'all still singing? No, man, we're still in the studio, bro. You know, we're working on new material. But
I like that.
But you mentioned something a while ago. You're from a small town in Goldsboro.
Yes.
Talk about some of them small town humble beginnings. How'd that help you in your life?
Well, this is how I see things. And I don't know if that was good or bad in a way. I never saw myself as, woe is me. Look at me. I don't have this. I don't have that. I just never saw myself as that. But I did see my condition and my situation.
Okay.
That in order for me to make it better, it was going to be dependent upon me.
Okay.
Not others, but me.
How those small town upbringings, how does that help you in that process?
Well, those humble beginnings taught me that I did not have the liberty to waste. That means I didn't have time to waste. Wow. I didn't have money to waste. I didn't have food to waste. I mean, waste was the part that I did not have to do.
So we had to be purposeful about what we were doing and how we were doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was in my schooling, in my chores at home and whatever. I had to be about the business.
And these things taught you discipline.
Yes.
See, man, the reason why I want to share this with the audience, man, because oftentimes people think people that have success in life, they didn't have any difficulties coming up. You know, like I said, I didn't have a father growing up. We weren't born with a silver spoon in our mouth. Like you said, we had to learn to work for what we wanted. And see, that instilled disciplines in our life. See, at the time we were doing it, we didn't understand the dividends that would pay later on.
That's right.
We were just taught a work ethic. And because of our humble beginnings, man, we didn't have all the luxuries. So we had to work for what we wanted. I remember when I was coming up, now keep in mind, we didn't know each other during this time, but we was in the same area.
Right.
You was in a town called Goldsboro. I was in a place called Mount Olive.
Yes.
The pickle capital of the world. I had a single mother. Coming up, man, you know, we wanted things. We desired things. So my mother told me this, listen, son, I don't have the money for it. So if you want it, you have to go work for it. So, bruh, when school was out, because she kind of didn't want me to work during the school year. For the most part, it was during the summer. And, bruh, look, when I talk about work, I was in every field, picking everything I could pick. I was in the tobacco fields, cropping tobacco, hanging tobacco.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? But see, in my mind, I was just doing it so I can get some money so I can go out and, you know, do what normal 15, 16-year-olds do at that time. Trying to be a little smooth ladies, man. You know how it is. I didn't understand.
I was trying to come up.
Yeah. But see, what we didn't understand at the time, what was being instilled in us was a work ethic. You work for what you want. Nobody's going to give you anything. If you want it, you have to work.
And you know something else that comes to my mind now? as we talk and revisit our early childhood. I know in today's world, everybody is looking for somebody else to make me better, looking for someone else to tell me what I should do or how to do this and so forth. I need a man in my life. I need a father figure. I need all this. Again, it goes back to what I was saying. Being able to look at the situation and evaluate and say, okay, situation is not too good right now. A, what can I do to make it better? B, what can I not do and make it worse? Now, so I don't have a father figure in my life. So I don't have this. So I don't have that. But definitely, I don't want to make my situation worse. Don't want to play the victim card.
Well, unfortunately, that's where we are in life today. It's easy to blame somebody else and put the responsibility on somebody else, to blame society, blame not having a father. Nobody grows up in perfect conditions.
Thank you.
Certain things had to be instilled in you at an early age.
Yeah.
I remember when it was time for me to graduate high school, there was no doubt in my mind I was going somewhere to make a living.
Okay.
I had the option to go to college, and I chose to go into the military. That was my choice because I want to go and make a living for myself. I want to become independent.
Yeah.
Talking about these humble beginnings now, I didn't have the luxury of having everything I wanted. I had a ethic about me. I wasn't going to go out and steal.
No.
I wasn't going to go out and sell drugs. But that never crossed my mind because, again, the work ethic. I knew when I work, I would be able to stand on my own 2 feet. If I work, I'll be able to have the things I want in life. What avenue would give me the best opportunity to achieve these goals? And it was United States military, and I chose the Army.
All right.
And a lot of people would not even choose that option, especially during the time you and I came up. The Vietnam War had just ended, 4 years before that?
That's right.
So the Vietnam War era, that was still in the air. And so now the draft had ended, and now they went back to an all-voluntary military. Some of the people I was growing up with is like, man, what? You going in the Army? And you got the grades to get into school? But see, they didn't understand what my goal was. And listen, before we go any further, bro, let's go ahead and clear this up. You and I don't have anything against school because we both got bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, doctor's degree. They ain't what I'm talking about. But at that time in my life, in my walk, that was the best option for a young African-American male, no father, not even disciplined. But what really disciplined me was when I met my Uncle Sam. I had some level of discipline because I had uncles around me. I had coaches around me that would coach me and everything. We had men in the neighborhood. So we had some safeguards. We had people that would speak into our lives during that time that would tell us and encourage us that we can do whatever we put our mind to do. I don't know who's encouraging the people nowadays. And if they're encouraging them, they encourage them in a negative way, not a positive way. Instead of, look, you can do it. You can do whatever you put your mind to it. Instead, they resort to somebody got to give you something. Somebody got to do something for you.
Yeah.
The entitlement mindset. I'm supposed to have this. No, that's not how life works. Nothing is handed to you. And I believe, bro, it's because of these upbringings that we both had that helped us stay on the course. Because quit wasn't in us.
I see something, too, that's very key with those humble beginnings. It helped us to deal with people from different backgrounds and cultures.
Yes.
Because I wasn't raised with that I was less than or I was better than.
No.
I did not feel like I was lesser than any other race or culture.
No. Although we came from at a time that was prevalent in our communities. But I never bought into it, man. And I'm so glad I did.
I didn't either. And also, I did not think I was better than either.
No.
Because I come from a certain race and so forth. I'm better than anybody. I did not feel that. No.
No, I didn't either.
But I'm just as good. I'm just as good, but I'm no better.
Right. That was the old school wisdom that we had from our elders. We never got too high and we never got too low. We were never taught that we were superior to anybody, but we were also taught we were never inferior to anybody either.
All right now.
And brother, this is what I'm telling you now. They ain't being taught today. What's being taught today is you're inferior.
And that's wrong, people. Here.
So with these humble beginnings, bro, that's what it taught us. It taught us to obey laws. It taught us to respect other people, to treat people fairly, and not try to take advantage of people, man. Basic things, it's just like breathing. We don't even think about it. People are struggling with that today.
I know.
There's a lack of respect. There's a lack of treating people fairly. Everybody's trying to get over and take advantage of people. They don't think the rules apply to them. They don't understand the outcomes of that behavior. You said something key. Our humble beginnings help us to deal with people from different backgrounds and culture.
Yes.
I never saw individuals as black or white.
There you go, man. Come on.
I had black friends. I had white friends.
Yeah.
We all came from that same humble beginnings, that same small town environment. Listen, I want the people to understand. It wasn't like it wasn't present.
Right.
Oh, no. It was present. It was there. But I chose not to deal with it.
There you go.
I chose not to make judgments on people based on the color of their skin.
That's right. He addressed it. He said the content of one's character.
Come on, bro. And see, that's what I looked at. I knew some white people had done something historically to people of color. I know this guy that I'm dealing with, he didn't have anything to do with it because I looked at how he dealt with me, how I interacted with him. We had certain things in common, sports or whatever it was. We had something in common that united us. And here's the point, going back to what we were talking about before. He didn't think he was better than me either.
Okay.
And I didn't think I was less than him just because I'm black and he's white.
That's right.
So these humble beginnings helped us, man, when we went out in life to deal with people from different backgrounds and cultures. One of the problems is, bro, if you only hang around people that look like you, talk like you, walk like you, act like you, and then you get out here in this real world, now you have to work with people that have different views than you have.
That's right.
A lot of times when conflict arises, that's it. It's different viewpoints. But when you get to learn that person and find some commonality, then you can coexist with no problem. Now, you and I, we know that because, we went to the military. We both went to basic training at the same place, Fort Knox, Kentucky. Yeah. I was in Alpha 17-4 and you were in
Charlie 16-4.
I went there before you did.
Went before me.
Yeah, but we know about them hills, man. Heartbreak, misery, and agony.
Yes.
Lord have mercy. But anyway, the military day one, you're not white, you're not black, you're not Hispanic, you're not Indian, you're a soldier. That squashed all that right there from the beginning.
Yes. And, it's so important that you have these, I call them building blocks of character. Don't let somebody else's hatred and ignorance be a stumbling block for you.
No.
And don't you be a hindrance and a stumbling block to yourself and to your other fellow man either. Don't do that.
Hatred only begets hatred.
That's it. And the only thing conquers hate is love.
And that's how we was raised. So that's why we were taught to respect one another. When I came in, I was already conditioned to say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
That's how I was raised up. You don't address no adult by their first name?
No.
And I still do that to this day, regardless of who I'm talking to. I might be talking to a young man or a young woman that's younger than me. I say, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
That's right. And that's out of respect.
And here's the thing about it. When you do things like that, you get the respect back.
Oh, wait a minute now. So it's saying you get what you give in life.
You reap what you sow.
All right.
So if you seek to do good to others, it'll come back at you. Those basic things that we learn from our humble beginnings, respecting people, treating everybody fairly, man, not trying to get over, take advantage of people.
Right.
Basically, it boils down to doing unto others as you would have them do unto you. Treating people the way you want to be treated.
The thing is simple.
Well,
then how does it get so complicated?
Because, man, people don't want to do that. They want respect, but they don't want to respect others. They want to be treated fairly, but they want to treat others fairly. They don't want nobody taking advantage of them, but they steadily want to take advantage of other people. And that's problematic. It's an attitude, it's behavior, because you always don't get back the same thing that you give out to other people. You know, I was never expecting anything from anybody because I knew I could do it for myself. I knew what my upbringing was. I knew if I treated people fairly, they would treat me fairly. If I treated people with respect, they would treat me with respect.
That's right.
This helped me to move forward. Regardless of what the obstacle was, it kept me on course. And I didn't quit. I didn't throw in the towel.
That's right.
All right? Because I always looked forward, stayed the course. One of the things that causes you to stay the course is that you have to have a purpose in life. A lot of people don't have a purpose in life, nor are they trying to find their purpose in life. Oh, well, you know, this is just my lot in life. It is what it is. These were the cards I was dealt. But you can't have the kind of mindset if you want to move forward. Yeah, we talked about it earlier. It don't matter how you started. It matters about how you finish. So it don't matter where you start. But you have to have a purpose in life. Going back to basic training. I remember this one drill sergeant I had. He always told people to move like you had a purpose.
Sure.
You better move like you got a purpose. And I thought about that. How do I move? Am I moving in life purposefully?
Are you stepping with confidence?
Confidence. Purpose give you confidence. Do you have a plan? Do you know where you're going? Do you know how to get there?
Those who fail to plan, they plan to fail.
Yep. So that's why you got to be purposeful in life. Your plans got to be realistic too. You 5'2", but you want to play in the NBA. That's an unrealistic plan. But 5'2", you can do anything you want to do. You can be anything you want to be. So your plans got to be purposeful. And then, like you said, once you get a plan, follow that plan.
Yeah.
Now, bro, you're going to fall down, you're going to fumble, you're going to stumble, but you get back up.
That's right.
And you stay on course. You're going to hit another obstacle. You're going to fall down.
That's right.
But you get back up and you stay the course. So we can't let obstacles in life hinder our progress.
Because there is no success without a struggle.
Right. So who are these people that expect to live life with no struggle, with no obstacles in the way? And as we look back at our lives, we had plenty of obstacles and struggles.
Yes.
But we overcame them. And whatever we had to endure made us stronger, made us better, made us wiser.
Yes, sir.
One of the things that Uncle David taught us was get older in life. You can't afford to make mistakes.
That's right.
He said when you're younger, you know, you can make a mistake and recover from it. But the older you get in life, the less recovery time you have. We made all of our mistakes in our younger years.
That's right.
Some bruised knees, some bruised elbows. Sometimes I had to bust my head to the White Beach show.
Some sleepless nights.
Sleepless nights. But look, bro, we overcame all of those obstacles in life. Some out of our control, some we created. Can we keep it real? But through it all, we learned from them.
That's right.
And we got back up and we stayed the course. We persevered.
Yeah.
Now, let me go biblical here for a minute. The Apostle Paul wrote in Philippians chapter 3, verse 14, he said this, I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of God in Christ Jesus. He had to press toward the goal. He was determined to reach his goal. However, he had to press through.
Yeah.
And see, a lot of people don't want to press through. They want what's at the end, but they don't want to press through. I'm here to tell you, anything in life you want, you're going to have to press through.
That's right.
There's no easy road. You remember a country western song from back in the day. I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden. Although with sunshine, there's going to be a little rain sometime. Here's my point. That's life.
It is.
But you got to press through it, bro. What you going to do? Just stand there in the rain and get wet? No.
And you know, one of the things that I always say when I'm going through and I'm dealing with things, failure is not an option.
Failure is not an option. And what keeps us going, bro, what keeps us staying the course, we have to know where we're going. We need to know how to get there. And we keep pressing forward with the help of the Lord. Listen, man, we're about to close this podcast out tonight, but before we close, we just got to let the people know you ain't moving nowhere in life if the Lord ain't with you. Okay. You have all the plans in the world you want, but you're not going forward if the Lord ain't with you.
When you are putting together a meal or particular thing, you got a recipe, it requires main ingredients. There's some ingredients that are nice to have,
right?
But then there's things called main ingredients. And what we're here to tell you is this: you better have God as your main ingredient.
Your main ingredient.
Or else you have a recipe for failure.
Failure. I will look to the hills from which cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord.
Ooh, thank you, Jesus.
We wouldn't be talking on this podcast right now if the Lord wasn't with us.
The Lord wasn't on my side. Where would I be?
There were some situations. It was nothing but the Lord. If it hadn't been for the Lord on my side,
I wouldn't have made it, I would not have made it.
His grace and his mercy, man, was all over me in life. And here's the thing about it. I didn't even know it at the time.
That's right.
But as I would look back and reflect on life, my journey, from where I started, everything I've been through in life, where I'm at right now. And oh, by the way, the journey is not over. As long as you're breathing, the journey still continues. The journey is not over. But as I look back over my life, I can see the Lord's hand all over my life. Listen, bro, he was watching over me. He was protecting me, and I didn't even know it. Now that I know it, I can't help but to give him praise. I can't help but to give him glory. This thing called life, man, is not easy. Nobody says it's going to be easy.
That's right.
But all I know is with God, all things are possible.
All things.
All things are possible. So look, it's been great. I appreciate this, our first podcast. I think we shared a lot of information with the people. We basically laid a foundation of what we're going to be talking about going forward. This is what we're all about. We're trying to help people. We're trying to inspire people, encourage people to stay on the course, bro.
I look forward because there's more where that came from.
Oh, yeah.
And I want the listeners to know that this ain't no magic conversation or that's going to automatically change your situation and your status. No, this is one of the many things that you will experience and hear as you move throughout this process of living and growing.
The reality of the situation is you're living, but are you growing? Anything that's not growing is dying.
That's right.
I got a lot to live for.
Yes.
God ain't through with me yet.
I choose to live.
Yeah, I choose life.
What do you choose,
That's
my
right.
friend?
Choose you this day, life or death.
That's it.
Choose life so that you and your children may live.
Amen.
This is MJ, Dr. Jackson.
And this is Doc Wooten.
So until our next podcast, don't quit.
Never give up.
And finish well. Thank you for listening to today's podcast. Until our next time together, be blessed.